welcome to our first day of our September series.
Yes, we are wanting to go through this month talking about the ABCs of macros according to Lake and Sarah. I'm
right.
Sarah.
I'm Lake.
And here we are. So, Lake, what do you want to tell them? First thing you want to tell them today?
Well, this is an informational series that we really wanted to be able to communicate to other people some successes that we have had in our journey as we begin to count macros and we begin to sort of live that lifestyle, that dietary lifestyle of flexible eating. And we found a lot of success in it. And so we're excited to share that with other people. And so we created the September series as a way to pass the information that we've researched and learned on to you.
Yes. And so what we wanted to do was break it down so that you're not watching videos for like an hour long every day. We want to kind of take it piece by piece, here a little, there a little, so it's not so overwhelming because it can be a little intense, all the things that you learn. And so we're still learning. So what we have to say is might not necessarily be exactly what might work for you, but has worked for us. And so we just want to give tips and advice on how it works. And first thing we ask you to do is just open your minds to macros and to give it a chance. So many times I think we've been on different diets throughout our lives, or we remember our moms being on diets, and sometimes all of those principles that we have learned from old diets are stuck in our head on how a diet has to be. And we have to kind of eliminate and ask you to push all of that to the side and just open your minds to listening how macros works, and you can really see the balance in it, that you're not restricting yourself from everything or anything, you're just balancing things. And that's what really, I think, to us made it such an awesome thing, that it's not a diet per se, but more of like a tool in eating.
And creating a way of life going forward, an enjoyable way of life. Because I think a lot of times when our definition of dieting can be us having to restrict something that we eat every day. Maybe the amount of calories that we eat or the types of food that we eat. But what we're going for is not something where we're feeling like we're having to restrict, because that mentality of restricting causes the cyclical habit of going into a diet. It wasn't enjoyable, coming out of the diet, regaining all the weight back. So basically implementing the use of counting macros into your daily lives breaks that cycle of the feeling of restricting yourself and gives you the opportunity to realize that you can fuel your body with the things that it needs, still lose weight if that's what your goal is, but achieve your goals. Ultimately, a lot of people are go into looking at flexible dieting as a way to lose fat, but some people have different goals, and no matter what your goals are, flexible dieting is the macro counting is a great way to achieve those goals.
So what we've kind of set up is macros ABC. So each day, today and tomorrow, we're just kind of doing an introduction, but then we'll start into the alphabet. So each day will be a letter, and we'll focus on that letter, talk about something obtaining to macros within it. And so each day you can look for the letter, so you know, okay, it's day whatever, I need to hit letter B because I didn't hear about that one. So that's the way we kind of broken it down. We also want to say things that we suggest that you invest in while you're trying this, and it's not going to hurt your budget to do it, but First of all is a food scale that measures in grams, and you can get that at Amazon. I've seen them at Walmart, Target. They're anywhere between 10, 25, as fancy as you want to get, but to be able to weigh and measure your food. Another thing is some resistance training bands. We're going to actually have different challenges throughout the series, and bands, resistance bands, the circular ones, you can find those. They're like $5 too. To download MyFitnessPal onto your phone or iPod or iPad, and then a special water bottle to help you track how much intake of water you're getting each day. And so again, we didn't want to have long, huge videos, so this is just our first welcome. We'll be posting a few more things throughout the day and each day, and we're excited. And this is our first time doing this, so any feedback or that you have, please.
Or any questions that you have about what we've talked about in this video today. We hope to be able to answer all questions as we go throughout this series. But any questions you have about today, please leave them in the comments and we'll answer them as to best of our knowledge as we can.
Yeah, so even invest in maybe a little notebook that you can write down when you hear something to say, like, what's that?
And
Write
we
it
can
down.
direct you towards resources. If we don't know all of the answers, we can direct you towards resources that you can use that will hopefully have the answers you're looking for.
Absolutely. So, welcome. We're glad you're here, and we hope not to waste your time.